We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Slow. Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey. You got three. Ready. 319. 319. Z.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Taylor will throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Saquon Barkley, and he's up past the 10 to about the 12. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit, Detroit. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
This is Barkley. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 49 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Wendell Smallwood. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Bush. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Barkley. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On play action, they'll throw. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. A handoff, Barkley running left. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down, here's Barkley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. back to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he spins free. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now it's Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, Bradley McDougald.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient and let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll set up a throw. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Hey, you got three down.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This is 3rd and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far.
Slow.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Tyrod Taylor scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A good pickup there, a 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Hey. Gun!
They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll run with Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are in for 6. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Taylor, flushed out right. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Now it's Barkley. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
So they went to the booth to see if that was a touchdown, and they have decided it will not be a touchdown. 6 points off the board. On third down, Barkley. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. Tavecchio puts this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll toss it to Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different stuff.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run with Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Check 26, check 26. He's crashed. He's checking.
The handoff to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10 now, it's Taylor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now Taylor finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. Going up top. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And now out come the Giants. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Leopard!
Again, it's Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. Fighting through, and he's got space. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Giants add on to their lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure. We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
slow.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third and long, it's Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
In on the stop, Vernon Hargreaves.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. Over.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a third and long at the outset of this drive. The Giants on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. Over.
He'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 45 yards. And the interception by the Redskins. Dean leads to a touchdown. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. They'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. And sensing the momentum, maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown the last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 15. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yards to be found.
And Taylor's throw there should have been intercepted, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Slow.
Play action, now Taylor. Open man is Westbrook, complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Taylor now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Now Taylor on 1st down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Taylor now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They run with Breida. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. The pitch goes to Barkley. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they'll run it here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And the Giants send out their punter now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. Well, very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Taylor now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Play action, it's Taylor. Harris has it over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Forced out to his left. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins have made this a 1-score game. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They run again with Breida. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. He's back to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand, taking a knee. And guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game. Check, got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there.